Welcome to our piano purchasing guide 2021-2022. This video, we're making it to get our customers and anyone else out there that may benefit from this information to make an informed decision onto what piano or keyboard is the best choice for you. Let me say that we're not endorsed by Yamaha, but there's a lot of Yamaha products in this video, and that we're going to post links to all of them in the description of this video. At the same time, we have even dedicated videos reviewing some of these products. So let's go ahead and jump right on into the first thing. Here we want to talk about keyboard stands first. So keyboard stands, I like to mention that it's important to have them be double braced. As you can see there, there's almost two pieces of metal holding the keyboard. When it's just one, it tends to be a little bit wobbly, and you don't want that. You want to try to avoid that because it's not that fun to play with the keyboard. It's almost constantly rocking. So this one is Yamaha. I believe the model is PKBX2, sorry, and that one is about $32. So that's a great option. Now, if you can look there at the center, it has almost points in which you have to choose where do you put like a little metal thing that holds the keyboard. So you have almost predetermined heights, and that's something that I don't love. Now, I do like it better on the second stand that I'm going to show you here in a second. Now, for $32, great buy. I try to personally stay away from the ones that are only one, almost like one stick. I think double brace gives you more stability. So let me show you this second keyboard stand. So this second keyboard stand is going to be let me see if I can find it here in my pictures. So is this one. Now, that's the Rock Jam. The model, I believe, is called Xfinity Heavy Duty. This one is $50. So it's a little bit more than the Yamaha one, but great option because as you can see there in the center, I think it's hard to see. It has a mechanism that almost like clamps into itself, but you have the ability to choose a bunch of different heights. So it's almost like you can go really low as long as the keyboard still can fit, and at the same time you can go pretty high. And I love that option because one of the things that I see sometimes with my students when I do remote lessons is they're not sitting properly because they chose a seat that is too tall or too small. So in that case, we do recommend also that the Rock Jam Heavy Duty, I think is the Xfinity one, $50, great buy. Now let's talk about keyboards, and I'll try to do this fairly quickly so the video doesn't get too lengthy, but this is going to be the first one. This is the Yamaha Psr E3 273. Now this keyboard at the time of making this video is $139. I really like it. It's a great entry keyboard. It's two things. It's not touch active and it doesn't have MIDI. Those things, in my opinion, are going to be an issue if the student is dedicated and wants to pursue music pretty seriously. Because not being touch active means that if you play the keys harder or softer, it doesn't sound. It doesn't react to that. It always sounds at the same volume. And that's something that you don't want to never have, because it's almost like you are not going to be able to play very expressively if every time that you press the keys they all sound at the same volume. Now it's $139, which is a really good price, but most keyboards in that price point are not touch active. So my recommendation to parents is, like, if you get this keyboard, you might have to replace it in a year, 2 years in. If the student is doing really good and they're starting to play a little bit more complex things, you might need to replace it. But you may be the type of person that you want to save some money and just actually see if the student is going to pursue music seriously. Now, I can tell you it is a great keyboard for beginners and kids that are young, because you don't want to have them when sometimes you give them a big digital piano, they're young, they start playing with almost pushing with their elbows and their hands and their arms and develop pretty bad techniques. So sometimes it's important to actually have them not have a keyboard that is touch active, or to shut it off when they're learning. That way they do not develop bad technique. So let me change that and put the second keyboard that we do recommend. Let me mention that we do have a dedicated review on the 273. So check out in the link in the description of this video. And let's put this one up. Now this one is the Psr 373. This one is a great keyboard. We have it. We own them. We also own the 273. We actually have been using both of them in our group piano rooms. And one thing with this one that I really like, it sounds really nice. It's overall a keyboard that is really packed with features at $200, $199 usually at the time of making this video. So the Psr 373 It's a really good buy. It sounds really nice, and I think it's just one of those keyboards that I don't think you're gonna regret purchasing. To me, it overall one of the things that I like about Yamaha. We're not endorsed by Yamaha, but I like Yamaha keyboards because, in my opinion, they tend to sound nice and they tend to last long. And we have a actually a bunch of keyboards that have been used for 14 years straight, 6 days a week, and they're still doing great. So I like Yamaha products. To me, their piano sounds and their overall sound very nice. So the 373, great keyboard. Check in the video description or in the card the video that we made reviewing them in detail. So that is going to be hopefully helpful to you guys. Now, third keyboard, Yamaha Psr Ew 300, and there's also a 310, I believe. So this is a 76 key keyboard. Now, we get this question all the time: do I need 61 or 88 keys or 76? My simple answer is it really depends on the style that you're doing. If you want to get more into classical, maybe jazz, you probably need the 88 keys. I don't think you need it for pop. One of the things that I see a lot is that you can fit a lot of songs if you transpose the keywords, which means that you're almost shifting all the keys to reach the bottom. So to me, 61 keys are great. Now, one thing is nice to have 76. It doesn't hurt. So if you can go to this price point, now the 310 is, I believe, is $284, and is definitely a nice keyboard. Sounds nice. The keyboards feel very, very nice as well, and great option for students that are looking for something to I guess get started in their journey. You can definitely start with 61 keys, but you can also jump into that one. Now let's talk about a digital piano, because some people may be a little bit more serious and want to get directly into 88 keys. And I can tell you a couple of details into my personal suggestions. But when do you need 88 keys? Is, to me, I traveled with an artist, which is I'm really grateful for that. And I request to have an 88 keys when we travel as a rental. I can't bring that on a plane. And one of the things is, like, I really need that, not because I need 88 keys, but because I need the response of keys that are bigger. A lot of his music has a lot of dynamics. I have to play very soft in certain parts, loud in certain parts, like strong. So it's almost like it's not that you need, in my opinion, 88 keys, but bigger keys, nicer keys are more responsive. So if you can think of like degrees of volume, cheaper keyboards give you less options on that. So it is nice. I would say 88 keys and a digital piano, more for an advanced student that has been playing for a while. Ideally, you probably want to have both, because a digital piano is very different than a keyboard. But definitely this one is a great option. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned the model. It's a Yamaha P71. So this one is $479. It's a great option. There's a couple of models in Yamaha that range from this price point, $450, to about $600, and they're all different. They all have a little bit more sounds, a little bit more features, but they are really nice. One thing that I like about them is that it's almost like sometimes they have 12, 24, 18 sounds in them, but they're really nice sounds. So you can cover a lot of ground with that. They're not full of beats and full of like almost like things that you can record and jam and all that, but they do have basic features. They have a metronome and stuff. So we're gonna do a dedicated video hopefully on the P71 soon. But great digital piano in Yamaha. I don't know if I mentioned, but check always if they bring an adapter. In this one, I think it does, but sometimes the 373 and 273 do not come with an adapter, and that's part of the reason. I mean, they do that because they're trying to compete, so that way the price point is the same, but then of course you get it and you end up buying the adapter, and it's $20-$30 extra. So let's talk about one more thing. I think it's important to always purchase a sustain pedal, and all these keyboards can take a sustain pedal, and this one is one of my favorite ones. This one is the M Audio SP2. It's $25, and it has a polarity switch on the back. What that can do is you can switch it and get it to work with most brands, because sometimes keyboards, you plug a sustain pedal and almost like it gets the notes jam instead of like reacting properly. You don't need a sustain pedal probably at the very beginning of learning how to play, but I do think it's a great addition if you especially want to be more expressive, and depending on the repertoire that you're doing, definitely a must. So I believe that's all of the recommendations that we have for this video for the 2021-2022 holiday season. Definitely, we want to encourage you to check the descriptions of the video and to watch those full reviews that we did. I want to say that we have most of this equipment. We have used it. We stand by it. We don't necessarily sell instruments, but we do believe in trying to help people out there so they can have the easiest time making informed decisions, because there's a lot of competition, and sometimes I think old computer companies almost try to hide certain things, so people get a little confused into like, do I need that or not? So if you would like a little bit more information about us, check our main website, thehitmusicstudio.com. Definitely, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll continue to do purchasing guides for other instruments. So definitely check the playlist, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.